Yeah.
That not all farmers can afford to buy new tractors. Sometimes you get the tractors that are about 60+ years old. In fact,
this is the vegan teacher. It's very interesting, but I actually didn't catch Marty's stream yesterday, but I did watch it this morning. I thought it was very interesting, your guys' conversation. I back in the year's not important, but I know a couple people myself who were they were they're adults, they weren't making a very big income, and I claimed them as a dependent on my taxes, actually, and all I needed to do was provide. I'm sorry, I'm not finished yet. Real quick though, all I needed to do was provide their social security number, and that's basically about it. They didn't contact the person as long as that number. I'm sorry, real quick, almost finished. I'm so sorry, but as long as that number doesn't come up on like 2 or 3 different tax forms, they're definitely not going to contact somebody. And they just get like, I think it was $1,200 a person I got. So like, if you're sitting there, maybe eating, dinners and using the electricity, maybe, your folks might've been like, you know what, $1,200 is not, it's not much, but it might help the household. So, maybe they possibly claimed you as a dependent doctor, but you just weren't notified just because you didn't come up on 2 or 3 different tax forms.
So essentially, they took the money from the doctor.
Yeah,
right. Because like I said, I known a couple people, and all I had to do was.
Can I explain the technicalities of how my employment through my mother works? Because Access is a government-funded body that they would do the tax forms, and that would basically mean that the only major dependent that would be there would be my older sister because of her severe cerebral palsy.
Oh shit!
And that would be notified. That would be recognized through the service because I have not obtained a social security check. Therefore,
that doesn't.
I cannot be worked through Pathway in order for that to be counted as a dependent. You have to understand that this is how it's set up. Because Pathway hires people with that have severe disabilities, for example, cerebral palsy. In which case, that is, since my older sister has severe cerebral palsy and as a matter of fact is wheelchair bound, she would be claimed as dependent. And because of the fact that this is what they know, and this is what was signed through Pathway documents, which I saw, I was not included in those documents, name or otherwise. I was able to see them, but not able to, include myself per se.
Well, again,
and because they don't have legal guardianship over me and haven't for a while, there's a technicality there.
So, well, you live in their house, though, right? You're a resident of their house.
It is a shared residence, and when I am working, I do put in some money to pay the bills if I can.
Right.
If I get the money.
You live in the house, you don't necessarily have to have guardianship. Again, I did it with.
I
did it with people I know.
Most dependents, however, there is some form of at least acknowledgement that the individual wants to be recognized as dependent or has legal custody, and that's the state of Illinois difference compared to most people in other states.
Well,
and if you think about it, it's not that. And here's the thing, right? And here's another thing: you can claim a spouse as a dependent, but not another adult unless they consent to it. That's the thing. That's the
a child.
Not in the state of Illinois. Not in the state of Illinois. Not in the state of Illinois.
Doctor, the IRS is a federal. It's all across 50 states. It's not a state law thing, sir. It's not a state law thing. It's if it's in one state, it's in another. If that were the case, people could go to a different state to commit tax fraud if they went by different states. You know how easy it would be to commit tax fraud if each state had different laws about the taxes. This is a federal thing. It goes all across the nation. Just like in any state, if you open someone else's mail.
Federal guidelines have changed since then as well.
No.
Some federal guidelines have been updated. Some federal guidelines. Some federal guidelines.
Z135-4-5.
Oh my God! Here we go.
I'm not able to find that. I tried looking that up.
Nothing came up for me.
Well, I mean, listen, doctor. What it really breaks down to is, I think you're thinking of a dependent as being a bad thing. It's not necessarily. You're thinking of it as like you need your parents to hold your hand. It's not like that at all. It's just a word. It means you're living in their house. You're not making an income. So what they do is claim you as a dependent and get $1,200 for every dependent that they claim. It's not much, but it's something, Oh.
I don't know what just happened here. I don't know if he threw his phone against the wall.
I mean, isn't that how it works? Because, like, again, Marty, I claim people who weren't even in my household.
No, I accidentally clicked the wrong thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I've claimed a couple people who aren't even living in my household who were adults who just didn't have the income but knew I filed taxes, so they let me claim them on their taxes, not being my spouse, not even being related to me, and I got money for them and gave them some money, and got some for myself. So, what was that? My goodness, Marty, you cracking?
I just stopped a bottle opener.
Yeah, you're cracking them. Yeah, I've been a little under the weather today, so I'm not firing on all cylinders. What a piece of shit Tyrax is, dude. He says in advance, if my internet goes out, we're gonna have to restart. How convenient that his shit went out as soon as he fucking wipes the fuck out and has no hope of catching cam time. What a piece of shit.
Again, sorry, I was just checking something and
what a piece of shit Tyrax is. Like,
God damn it, I'm not paying attention to the goddamn. I need to pay attention to where the fuck the mouse is. Sorry, pointer's been fucking all over the damn place.
Doctor, how's your New Year been? Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Do you have any New Year's predictions?
Yeah, my New Year's prediction is that fucking Biden will be in prison for high treason.
Oh, wow.
Biden, I would assume maybe Trump, but
no, Biden, because it was confirmed that Biden actually cheated. There's actually Democrats who also agree that Biden cheated. 40% of the Democratic voters agree that Biden cheated, and that's not including all the Republicans and all the people who are also.
Doctor,
I don't lean either way, and I don't really care for either side. Doctor. I just honestly think, but I do know that there's treason going on.
Doctor,
because there was election meddling. As a matter of fact, Georgia, the state of California, there was ballots.
Let me get back a notch, Doctor. Marty's trying to ask you something. You're going a little bit too fast.
Were you aware that treason has never been brought upon anyone outside of wartime, and not since the 1940s?
Yeah, well, let's just say that because of election meddling, it can be considered treason. Or you're not aware of that? Election meddling is considered treason.
Yeah, very well could be undermining the state.
It would undermine the federal government and the people's right to vote the right electoral representatives in, which is basically why the
if you vote on your parents.
Because when you vote, okay,
if you vote on your parents, took your stimulus money, you could charge them for treason.
Listen, I'm not going to charge anybody for anything unless unless there's evidence of cheating, like mail-in ballots being thrown away and left in goddamn ditches, which occurred with the Democratic votes.
Doctor.
And that's not including that there's 155. There's supposed to be
360
Americans.
Conversation.
And of that percentage,
I gotta get off topic for a second.
There's been confirmation. There's videos, and I pulled it up. And I'll pull it up.
Doctor, while you're pulling it up really fast, what was your family meeting about today? Because you said you had them every day. What did you guys discuss today in your meeting? Just out of curiosity. What was your meeting about today? Like, did you bring up the dependency thing to your folks and ask them about it, or was it just like
we already? Hold on.
They wouldn't admit it if they. There's no way they would admit it.
You know what I find? Oh, well, yeah, I don't know. If you said you're streaming, Marty, we can. Yeah, we'll just. Never mind. I'll just save it for over there. But yeah, man, Cyrex, man, what a rabble rouser claiming if my internet goes out, we're gonna have to redo this, and it's just so convenient. How did his internet go out when he was still streaming? That's what I don't get. He was still streaming.
Yeah, he was still on the game and still communicating via the internet. Yeah, I don't get that. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
Exactly, man. What the fuck?
His internet never goes out during his vocal covers.
What was that? I'm sorry, you're breaking up a bit, bud.
Sorry, yeah, I'm chewing.
No, you're good, man. No, you're good.
His live stream never cuts out during his vocal covers or during his Marty is a bitch live streams, but it happens right when he's about to get left. Seems coincidental at best.
How convenient.
Right.
And the weather ain't even bad today, It's a little cloudy out, but the weather ain't even bad today. So.
No, Schmeckle, say you had a son like the doctor.
Sure.
And you wanted that money extra in your household. Would you ever admit to him that you claim him as a dependent?
knowing his opinion on it, and probably not. I would probably just take the money and just let it be a known thing.
Here's the thing, right? Then basically it would be fraudulent because you wouldn't be because in the state of Illinois you can't claim another individual as a dependent if they are not notified of it.
There's no notifying anyone. You just have to put the person's social security number on the tax.
It is considered considered
fraudulent.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
They don't. It's not a state.
Goodbye.
Show me the law. Show me the law, please. Prove Schmeckle wrong and show him the law.
You know what? I'm done with you guys. I'm in the live stream.